and welcome to the Better Banking Podcast. I'm your host, Eric Foster, and running the show in the control room is Producer Rune. How's it going, Producer Rune?
Well, everything's fine. I know sometimes we have technical trouble or interlopers or interruptions, but honestly, today couldn't be finer. Everything's fine. Let's get on with the show.
The Better Banking Podcast is a show created by Gain Federal Credit Union. Gain believes everyone ought to have access to fair and honest banking services, and Gain has a commitment to share our financial knowledge for your financial advantage. Now, I'm not the expert, but we know the experts, and we're going to bring you the experts to help you manage your money better with useful information and resources. We'll also share our insights on how credit unions work and how they're different from banks. We'd better get started. Let's face it, car buying is expensive, time-consuming, and can take a lot of effort on your part. But Gain Federal Credit Union has a service that makes it easy. It's called Auto Expert. It's the convenient and hassle-free auto buying service dedicated to saving members time and money. And we are so fortunate today to have the regional sales manager of Auto Expert, AJ Warna.
Thank you, Eric.
AJ, tell us a little bit about Auto Expert and how Auto Expert can save Gain Credit Union members lots of money.
Basically, how Auto Expert works, it's a personal shopper from beginning to end and everything in between. We assist in finding the vehicle, financing it through Gain, and delivering the vehicle to our members. We deal directly with the management and the fleet departments of the dealerships, removing the salespeople and the commissions, and we receive the volume discount.
So how does a Gain member use your service? Do they have to go to the dealership and ask for Auto Expert?
Absolutely not. The member can request from their personal banker. So, for example, if they're doing their loan with you at Gain, they can just say, I'm looking for a car. And the rep that you are working with will submit a referral and we will contact them.
Is our member able to describe the vehicle that they're looking for?
The member typically will suggest and say, I'm looking for such and such vehicle. We'll reach out to our dealership contacts to get the best pricing. And we'll also give options. For example, if someone's looking for a Toyota Corolla, an option might be a Hyundai model, Nissan, Honda Civic, something of that nature.
Okay, so I know that some of the dealers and the manufacturers have special rebates or offers. Do our members get those special rebates and offers?
So typically, if a car has any kind of rebate and offer, we will honor it. So the car pricing is with the rebate.
And what's the average amount of money that one of our members is going to be able to save using Auto Expert?
In the past, we say the average is about $1,500 to $1,900. If there's production and there's plenty of inventory in certain models, we are able to get that kind of discount.
So we're saving time by not having to go to the dealer. We're saving money. I have to ask, is there a fee that our members are going to have to pay to get those services and to save that money?
Absolutely not. It's a service that's free of charge for Gain members that we offer, and we'll even deliver the car. And since we work with a vast majority of dealerships in California, our inventory is endless.
Nice. Okay, and what happens if Auto Expert can't locate the vehicle that they're looking for? Is there an option? Are they able to order from the factory?
Typically, we will be able to find it. What we're seeing now is there's a huge shift towards buying electric or any kind of vehicles that are, gas saving or the Tesla market. Since we deal directly with these dealers, we also have the ability to order a car, and we're typically trying to get it about 2 to 3 months before a dealer could.
You mentioned the electric vehicles. How popular are those now compared to, say, a year or two ago?
The shift in gas prices, the shift in environmental concern, there's a lot of individuals that are shifting just purely, not just for gas savings, saying, well, it's important that my kids live a clean air world, right? So
the consumers are shifting gears, so to speak.
Absolutely.
That was a pun.
The process of buying a new home can be overwhelming and complex, but applying for your mortgage doesn't have to be. Just visit Gain's secure online mortgage center. You can check rates, browse our handy FAQs, meet a loan advisor, submit your application, and get a decision by the next business day. To know more, visit gainfcu.com/mortgages. Gain Federal Credit Union is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. NMLS number 407810.
What is the most, I don't want to say outrageous, but what is the most outrageous vehicle request Auto Expert has had to deal with?
Trucks have become very popular, especially the Ford, the Raptor type vehicles, and those are getting kind of souped up per se, like bigger engines, a lot of power, funky colors, I should say. So the midnight, the electric blues, there's a very special gray, like a dove gray, that's getting popular with a lot of the cars. So those are what I've seen that are kind of becoming harder to find.
I've noticed a popular exterior finish seems to be that matte black. It's not shiny, it's not polished. It looks great, but it's something different.
We have a couple members that bought a couple of those matte black cars. They were special order. One was Mercedes, a little pricey, the G-Wagon, they call it. And the funniest part of that story is he went to the car wash. And he was going to drive it through the car wash. And the gentleman in the car wash goes, no, sir, you can't. It has to be hand washed because that paint is a matte black that has to be hand washed.
Wow, yeah. Like washing a Teflon pan with a scouring pad.
Exactly.
What do dealerships typically do to, sour a deal with the member, to turn the member away from a dealership?
We hear this all the time, only because typically the experience at a dealership is, number one, long, right? So by the time from test drive to the time you're signing your paperwork, we're talking 6, 8, 12 hours sometimes. And if you have your kids with you and if you have work to do, it's really not.
I brought my kid with me as a negotiating tool. You want me out of here?
Exactly. I should try that too. But seeing that's
free advice, by the way.
Thank you. Our biggest advice to our members is dealerships typically will have 5 to 10 financial institutions that are going to per se finance the vehicle or buy the rate per se, right? So you're not really getting a rate. You're getting something that's around what you can get. So by the time you take the car home with estimated payment, you may get a call back saying, well, we couldn't finance you with that company or with that bank. Now the rate is such and such, and it's typically 2 to 3% more. And that's a big turnoff for our members.
Certainly. And we here at Gain encourage our members to get pre-approved before even starting their vehicle search.
Absolutely. So if they're pre-approved, it's kind of a seamless transition. I'm pre-approved for a certain amount. I want this vehicle. Find the vehicle, then it's just delivery, and your payment. You know what you're walking away with, you know what you're getting.
So you feel good about buying that car.
Exactly. And you feel so good that you may even want to tell your family and friends about it.
Absolutely. That's why we're here today. So we've talked about the convenience of not having to go to the dealership, but tell me a little bit more about actually having the vehicle delivered to either my home or my place of work.
We put a giant red bow on the car. We deliver the car to the house, to work, to your place of employment, wherever you like it to be delivered. We have individuals that gift cars. So let's say your daughter's going off to college and she got a full ride, a full scholarship, right? So, right, and if that's the case, you might say, hey, here's a $25,000 car for you.
Yeah. Well, when you started telling the story, I was thinking maybe my mom would be buying me a car, not that I'd be buying my daughter a car. But I get the point.
There you go. So those kind of things are the experiences that we provide. We also do trade-ins. So let's say someone does have a trade-in and they want to get rid of that car. It's a good option where I say, well, pick up the trade-in and deliver the new car.
AJ, thank you so much for sharing the information about auto experts, and we look forward to speaking with you again soon.
Thank you, Eric.
And that's all for this episode. Please send your comments and questions to podcast@gainfcu.com. Once more, I'd like to thank our guest, the auto expert himself, AJ Warna. And of course, thank you to producer Rune. He does such a fine job in the control room there. How's it going now, producer Rune?
Oh, everything's great back here. Couldn't ask for a smoother show. In fact, sounds like my tea is ready. Back to you.
Join us next time, because there's a lot more to gain.
The views and opinions expressed by hosts and guests of the Better Banking Podcast are not those of Gain Federal Credit Union. Gain Federal Credit Union is insured by the NCUA and an equal housing lender. NMLS number 407810.